Hi friends, Mali Ponpadith here, CEO of the SOAR Community Network and co-founder of the SOAR Community Nebula. We are out there in the community, global community, interviewing 1,000 community builders and change agents this year. That's our goal anyway, and with your support, we know that we can reach that. We are delighted to introduce to you today Miss Kate Maloney, who is incredible. You will know why in a few minutes, but I want a chance for everyone to know how her brain works, how huge her heart is, and the movement that she is creating through film, through her own community of conscious leaders. And welcome, Miss Kate. How are you today?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me join you. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what I would like to do is have you start by introducing yourself and tell us what you do in the world, at least starting professionally.
Sure. So again, my name's Kate Maloney, and my background is actually as a social entrepreneur and in the technology space, primarily in the healthcare space. And I have built and sold over a dozen companies. I'm an Inc. 500 company founder, featured in Inc. magazine as a top entrepreneur. So for me, my background has been as this entrepreneur and building companies, but really for me, that's been all about how is business a force for good, both in the community, and how is business the transformational agent for ourselves. And so coming out of this last decade of building companies and really loving and doing that, one of the things that I'm now taking on is a feature-length documentary that we just launched at Sundance Film Festival and heading to South by Southwest. And the film's called We Rise Up. And We Rise Up is not just a movie, it really is a movie and a movement. We like to say with We Rise Up, it's 90 minutes of like a tip of the arrow into culture, a tip of the arrow into one's life that really is just the beginning of the opportunity and the journey and the exploration and the inquiry into really how do we as individuals rise up, and how do we rise up globally in the community and in the world.
And this has been years and years in the making. So I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud to see where it is and where it will be going. So love what you do. So let's now talk about your personal experiences in life when it comes to an example when you've been moved, profoundly shifted in terms of mindset and the way that you operate in the world. Has there been people or someone in mind that has gone out of their way to show compassion and empathy and love to support you?
Sure. So I think that we probably all have the experience that we all are the recipients of generosity. I know that I feel that every day with the people in my life and my partners in the work that I'm doing in the world and in my family and, all of the time. And when I was thinking about this question, and I was specifically really looking at, where has this kind of generosity, this kind of support, this kind of commitment and compassion that's been extended towards me, where has that really impacted me? And one of the obvious places has been, as you mentioned, this film has been many years in the making, and we've been fortunate to be supported by and to receive the generosity from remarkable people in the community and business leaders and conscious leaders, everyone from John Mackey, who's the founder, CEO of Whole Foods Market, to Blake Mycoskie, who's the founder of Tom Shoes, to Tony Shea from Zappos, Patagonia, PayPal, et cetera, et cetera. So the generosity that, so many people who have been pioneering in their own ways and really being on the edge of what does it mean to create a business that does good and does well? What is the future of culture? What is the future of humanity? How are we architecting that? And many of the people that's been their life purpose, for them to generously offer their time and their genius and their resources for me, for the fulfillment of this vision to get this message out into the world, really strikes me as a generous act, and one that I don't take lightly, and have a deep, profound respect for. And that, not only has impacted me, but really my commitment to have it impact really millions and millions of people.
That's fantastic. So you kind of touched upon this already, Kate, but when you think about a community builder, a change agent, someone who's really championing for a cause, for social justice, or anything that really moves them in their heart, what characteristics or attributes have you witnessed and come to mind?
Mm. Yes, I've been really fortunate to be spending the last number of years in conversations with people who in many ways have been on the forefront or not on the forefront, who's been, maybe behind the scenes really being change agents and really causing profound impact. And to be able to witness that and to study that and to learn from that. And, what I would say is that it comes, for me, my experience is it comes in all shapes and sizes. It comes in all expressions. And that the thread that I see throughout is a level of commitment and a level of love, that is so much of a pull that it transcends whatever might be in the way. And there's a lot of stuff in the way, but it's their heart and their genius and their commitment for what's possible that pulls them through and has them give their unique gifts in the world.
Mm. Well, you said it again, unique gifts. The next question is, how are you personally using your gifts, your talents, life lessons, your passion, your joy? How are you using all of that, the whole package of you, to shift and change communities? We talked about the movie, we can talk more about that, but are there other causes or initiatives that you would like to spotlight?
Sure. Yeah, it's a funny thing when we begin to talk about gifts. And I don't know if this is true for everybody, but I'll say that it's true for myself, that when we talk about gifts, it's easy to see them in other people, like other people's unique gifts. But when it's ourselves, we're like, gifts? I don't have any gifts, like my unique gifts, because fundamentally we're just being us.
Right.
And actually our unique gift is sort of invisible. And so I think it's a funny thing that, as we begin to talk about unique gifts, there's a little bit of a trap around it, because it's easy for us to feel like, oh, other people have a gift. Oh, those people have that. And like, what do I have? I'm just me. I'm just doing me. But so that's a little bit how I feel when you say that. I'm like, I don't have any unique gifts. I just like hang out and be Katie. And, I talk to all these other people that have their unique gifts. Or I support other people that have unique gifts. But it is, I guess I just want to do a shout out to, like, when we're giving our unique gifts, we just don't even see it and we don't even know it, because we're just being us.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it, is just the Katie-ness of the world. And I do Katie, and then things happen. And inside of me doing Katie and having fun doing that, there's all sorts of great things that show up in that space. And with that, there's all sorts of organizations and partnerships and alignments that I have with people that, and organizations that I just adore and love. I'm executive director of the Transformation Foundation, which is an organization that provides transformational programs to financially disadvantaged youth and adults throughout the world. And you're bringing programs, in everywhere from Haiti to Africa to, all over the place. And to in our backyards here. And so for me, that's a big passion of mine, is that there really is this democratization of transformation, a democratization of enlightenment. The Enlightenment era is now available to all of us. And my passion, which is that everybody would experience that freedom and the joy of our own selves liberated.
That's so beautiful. I think that's one of the best answers I've gotten so far. when it comes to how you're utilizing your unique gifts and talents, that you're just being, you just show up and you just, show up as you are. That is profound in itself. I think we take that for granted so very often because we've been trained in our brain to like uncover all these gifts, and then message it, right? Instead of just embodying all of it and being it. So I love that very, very much. And then you mentioned here in our backyard, I forgot to have you tell us where you are in the world.
Oh yeah, so I'm here in Boulder, Colorado, which I love this town. Come and visit me.
Okay, I will. I was there, but I didn't get a chance to call you because it was too much of a fast, but I'd love to come back out and see you. All right, so next question, very important one. When things are tough, when you are down, when there are those days or moments or phases in life, when there's loss and trauma, is there a philosophy that you live by, or a motto or quote that inspires you and empowers you to keep on keeping on?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, that's really great. I mean, I am like an eternal optimist, and I'm just like, woohoo, let's create stuff. Let's have fun. Mommy, let's do it. I'm coming out to DC. And when we are even in the space of us giving our unique gifts, which is so our natural place and who we are, and when we are providing leadership, particularly when we're on the forefront of leadership in culture and we're really pioneering new ways in the world, there is risk, and things at times do get hard. And part of it being hard is the fact that we're at the edge of what we know how to do. And we have to make it up, and we have to risk. And that's courageous. And there's the safe path, and there's the path of what inspires us and what's possible and what's the call. And so I just want to say that there is the challenge, and that the challenge is beautiful. This is all a big long preamble to my quote, but the quote, I actually just wrote it down so I get it right, is a quote by Mary Oliver, and it says, "What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" And that's the quote that keeps me going, which is, I got this life. I got this one wild, crazy life. What is this crazy thing we're doing here? This thing's crazy. Like, we got this planet and this people and this body, and like, whoever made this up, this is crazy. And we've got it. Like, I'm here for however long I'm here for. And what am I going to do with it? How am I going to experience the joy and the risk and the love and the fulfillment and the vision of what this life, what's possible for myself and the people around me. So that's what keeps me going.
That's very, very awesome. Now, I didn't send this question in advance, but I would love for you to share your thoughts on this. What would a better world look like through your eyes?
That's a great question. So for me, one of the distinctions that we talk about in the film We Rise Up, is this concept of, if it's not success for everyone, then it's not a real model of success. And what does it look like for success to be omni-considerate? How do we, as we move into more and more complex civilization and more higher levels of consciousness, how is it that we evolve our systems and our world to have the integrity to function and to work? And so for me, it's that in all what I would say 4 quadrants, like from an integral perspective, how do we do that in all quadrants? How do we do that at the level of self? What does it really look like for us to be fully fulfilled as human beings and have integrity at the individual level and in our communities, and really at the systems and global and universal level? So for me, it's a level of, not that there's not any breakdowns, or that there's, that it's all sorted out, but that we are in the space and the game of life in a way that we are fully expressed, and we are evolving and growing in a way that is sustainable and workable and pulls for our expansion and our fulfillment.
Beautifully stated. I don't know what to say to that, except thank you so much. Okay, so Kate, I am going to put this out there. I believe that you're going to come to Washington, D.C., and the SOAR Community Network and We Rise Up will do some type of screening. So we'll just put it out there in the universe, and we'd love to support this. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to see the full film, right? I've been like following it for years, so I'm excited for you. So can you let us know how we can learn more about the film, learn more about you, connect with you, and check out all the great things you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So please go check out our website at WeRiseUp.com. You could also connect with me personally. I'm totally available to this community, and particularly for anybody that's inspired inside of their company or as an individual, or would like to bring a screening to your community, or just interested in being connected. My email address is kate@WeRiseUp.com. And check us out on social media. Follow us on social media. Like I said, there's so much going on this year. We're looking at scheduling big premiere events throughout this next 8 months, from the United Nations to the World Bank to we're looking at the Vatican to, the festival scene to, bringing it to local communities in New York and DC and LA and all over. So stay tuned and be on the ride with us. And it's our party. Like, join the party.
That's awesome. Thank you for all the great work that you're doing. We really appreciate you and look forward to doing more wonderful things with you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Molly.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope that you were truly motivated and inspired and ready to rise up together. Ms. Kate Maloney, we appreciate you. For those that are interested, please consider nominating either yourself, because we know you're awesome, or someone in your community who's making an impact. Go to nebula.soar, S-O-A-R, communitynetwork.com to make your nominations, and to learn more about membership or partnerships or some way that you can contribute to our membership platform. Please also learn more at nebula.soarcommunitynetwork.com. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll talk to you very, very soon. Take care.